Good morning. I messed up on my soap, and I'm not going to tell you what I did wrong because if you're a soaper and you've been a soaper for a long time, you know how to fix that. Um, but this is what I want to tell you. When you begin to make soap, make sure all your measurements are right. If your soap comes out too wet or it comes out way too hard, um, you probably want to start it over again if you're a beginner soaper. And the other thing I wanted to mention too is you always want to make sure, especially if you have kids around, that you have them wear goggles and gloves up to their elbows, because you don't want to splash any of that lye water on you. So I fixed my soap and I came out with about 20 beautiful bars of soap just out of the cake dish that I put a plastic bag in, and they're still drying. They're beginning to get hard and turn light. And then I had a little bit left over that I put into a plastic bowl, and what I did was I dumped those out the next day, that evening, and I just simply sliced those. So, and of course, I have all these ideas. Maybe I should make some soap and make a bunch of different colored roses and some leaves and let those dry for a while, and then make some beautiful soaps and place all those on there. You can make cakes, you can make all kinds of things that are a lot of fun. Do I have the energy to do that? Well, it's a nice thought, but maybe not. And so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is I made a video on greens, and I wanted to show you these beautiful greens that are still blooming in my garden. And I'm going to have to pick them and get those prepared and get them in the freezer, and then top all of them. And in the wintertime, they don't grow as fast. They grow slower, but they do produce, and I may have to just go get some organic ones to fill in this winter because I didn't do a garden this year. These are actually from 2018 when I had my garden, and I've just topped them, and they just keep putting out beautiful, beautiful food. And I'm getting ready to, we've already started putting our grass clippings and all of our leaves from our trees on our garden. It's called Back to Eden Garden. And what happens is the trees, the roots go so deep into the ground that it pulls all those wonderful nutrients out of the garden or out of the ground that we need. Then the leaves drop and we put it on our garden, and it feeds our garden all winter. And when spring, and I'm going to go get some straw too, bales of straw, and I'm going to put that all over my garden and rake it in and get it all mixed up. And then in the spring, my garden is ready with the coffee grounds and different things that I put in there in the wintertime. Never, ever do I put food, vegetable, like when you shred carrots or potatoes or something like that, you can put that in there and it will go down. So anyway, I'm getting ready to do that so I can have a wonderful garden in the spring. And I inherited some 50-gallon food quality drums. And I have 3 of those with water in them in case of an emergency. Pray for the best, prepare for the worst. And I have 4 other 50-gallon drums out there. I'm going to cut those in half and put some little holes in the bottom of them, probably with one of those round drills. And I'm going to use those next year, and I'm going to put lots of good organic dirt that I've made myself in those, and I'm going to grow my own potatoes and my own carrots. And I may put some more herbs in there too. So just wanted to update you on the soap mainly. Follow your directions. Make sure the water is both the same temperature, and use a scale. And use your eye coverage and your gloves and make soap with the older kids. It'll be fun. Anyway, from my house to yours, have an awesome day and a blessed day. And thank you for joining me.